Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. Not too many injuries to deal with for this team. Only one player listed as inactive for them.
Down a star player. As long as that continues to be the case, they'll have to find a way to compensate.
Look at the 76ers starting group. Paul George is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Maxey. And there's Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. And for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown out there with White. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Pritchard in at point guard. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Embiid with a screen on White. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And holding nothing back there, George gives the dunk his all.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. It's a three-point game. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. George with the ball. He's picked up by White. Here's Grimes. Embiid the screen. George. That doesn't go either for George.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Pass to Queta. Out to White. And it's sent back by George.
And the timing from George there on the rejection, using his long reach to turn away the shot.
Shot by Grimes. No good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And it's Simons missing. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
The shortest three in the game, Maxey solid from that corner.
Brown against Oubre. Brown with the bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Oubre following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Oubre, good.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Brown kicks to White. Queta, the pass to White. Connects from three-point range.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to talk to his guys. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Now, here's Maxey. He takes it in. And Boston with the rebound. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. Coach said he knows the obstacles of playing against Paul George. He told me, you know he's going to have his fingerprints all over this game on offense and defense. Our goal will be to minimize how often we let him disrupt our game plan. We'll see how long they can keep George out of the picture. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Pritchard. Launches a three. And it's Grimes with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 5. Maxey looking it over. Takes the three. The rebound by Simons.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
That one goes. Count it. White's got 5.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Back to Maxey. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 6 points for him.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Pass to White. Here's Pritchard from past the arc. It's hauled in by George. Here's Grimes. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Continuing to impress as a playmaker. George's ability to facilitate an offense is one of his many strengths.
Now here's White. Simons finds White. And another basket for Boston.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Here's McCain. Drummond the screen. And a miss there on the triple. And so White will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They lead by 4. Philadelphia has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team, shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
And he lays it straight in. White's got 12.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's McCain. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Boucher. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Shireman. Back to Boucher. Three-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
And how about the movement there by Drummond off that pick and roll, getting himself to a great spot there for the finish.
Here's Garza. A three-pointer off the mark. The 76ers trail by 6. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. They get the rebound. Drummond, and he banks in the layup. Drummond's got his second bucket.
And that's 280 pounds crashing the glass. Drummond bullying his way there on that second chance bucket.
Now White. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Boston on top. They're up by 6. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Taking a look at the 76ers, we've got Trendon Watford. He's out there with Embiid, and it's McCain in at the 2 spot. Now here's Brown. Good work there as it goes. Brown's got 6 points.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
Pass to McCain. Embiid with a screen on Brown. Down low. Embiid, no good. Celtics leading by 6. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Hauser. Scoreless thus far. Just 5 to shoot. Good on the triple. Well, there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Now Boucher following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Pass to Shireman. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Gonzalez, he's checked in for Boston. Edwards, he's checked in for the 76ers. Here's McCain. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Embiid. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Looming large on the interior. Embiid, hard to deny.
Gonzalez with it. Now defended by Embiid. There's the pass to Brown. Pass to Hauser. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Boucher on the 3 off target.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And here's Lowry. No scoring in this one. Out to Edwards. Here's McCain. Off target from three-point range. Boston leading by 10. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Don't usually see him shooting the 3. Gonzalez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The 76ers trail by 13. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Here's Lowry after the basket by Boston. Up top, Embiid. The shot from 20 feet away. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. There's the pass to Brown. Pass to Garza. Here's Gonzalez. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
The 76ers trail by 20. Pass to Embiid. Here's McCain. Shot clock at 6. Looking to end the run. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Now here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Pass to Edwards. It's stolen by Gonzalez. Edwards against Boucher. Three-pointer on the way. Gonzalez, that's good. Gonzalez has got 13 points.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Now here is Lowry. Still scoreless.
And seeing a guy as big as Embiid being so fluid in terms of his movement, jaw-dropping.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. So Boston ends up going with a new group. Celtics leading by 23. White left side. The three. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Grimes passes to Oubre. Here's Grimes, covered by Simons. Drummond the screen. Shot by Grimes, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Keita, defended by Drummond. Tillman passes to Simons. Sinks the three-pointer. Simons has got 5.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Drummond. And Boston with the rebound. Simons with the ball. George picks him up, and the call will be against Anthony Simons. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the middle. Here's Drummond, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Celtics shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Now, here's Simons. D right on him. Pass to Tillman. And he misses his first shot of the game. And so, it's the Boston Celtics, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully we start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks.
Back.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Without question, Derek White displaying his skills today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
We've got Anthony Simons. Derek White is out there with Brown, and it's Cada in at the 5, down low. That's the Boston 5. Here's Cada. Nothing on the board. Here's Pritchard. From outside, off the mark. The 76ers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Count it, good. Brown's got 10 points in the game.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
George with the screen on Simons. Here's Grimes, covered by Simons.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And he gets it to go. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And here are the 76ers now. Oubre, good.
Yeah, spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
Jaylen Brown again. He's got 14.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now White, after Kelly Oubre missed from long range. Wasted no time on that one.
Well, Brown is always looking to score, but he's far from a selfish player, and he will move the ball, too.
Pass to Grimes. Oubre against Brown. Oubre, right side, uses the glass to finish the layup. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pass to Grimes. No good on the triple. Austin's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kelly Oubre.
And Brown doesn't mind getting roughed up on the way up. In fact, he embraces it.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Chalk up 2 there.
And showcasing that overwhelming strength. Embiid is so skilled at finishing over the aggressive defense.
Now here's Brown. He's got 14. And then Brown with the dunk.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to Grimes. Outside, Maxey. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Fades and shoots. And Boston with the rebound. Brown's got 6 rebounds now in the game. driving the lane. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. From 17 feet out, the rebound by Queta. Queta's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pritchard passes to Queta. He gets it in there.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pass to Grimes. Oubre, no one around him. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Oubre's got 9 points now in just the second half. The kick out to Brown from deep. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
George passes to Grimes. And here's George. Pass to Embiid. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Now Simons. Clock at 4. The shot from 20 feet away. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And stolen by Simons. And the slam dunk by Simons.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Embiid from outside hits the three-point bomb. Embiid's got 9.
The big fella, Embiid, making it look too easy.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Pass to Garza. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you notice?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Pass to Watford. Here's Drummond. And they recover it. They get it back. Here's McCain. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Pass to Shireman. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Hauser. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
But you know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
White against Maxey. And he converts the layup. Maxey's got 11.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
White against Maxey. White with it. Good if it goes. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Boston, rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The Celtics shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67% on the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Watford out there with Embiid. Then there's Lowry. And it's McCain in at the 2. Philadelphia shooting 40% from the field. Pass to Lowry. To the inside. Watford. And slam dunk by Watford.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Here's Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brown's got 13 points in the second half.
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
Here's McCain. He's covered by Brown. Offensive rebound. And Embiid throws it down.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Celtics.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
And that one, good. '76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. There's the drive, and that one is hammered home.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Screen.
Here's Shireman. 6 to shoot from the arc. And no good. 76ers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Here's Tillman. It's hauled in by Gordon. Tillman's shot is good.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
Embiid with the bucket.
Well, no question, Joel Embiid is page 1 on the scouting report. Maybe page 2 and 3 as well. He is a handful.
Defended by Gordon. And the basket is good. The 76ers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Here's Boucher, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Pass to Tillman. Makes it off the glass.
The coach loves seeing chances from that range. Work that inside area.
To the paint. Here's Walker. And off the glass. That one's good.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And he gets the bucket. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Fires the three. And Boston with the rebound. Here's Minot. To the left wing, inside. He's off on that one. Philadelphia has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Embiid with the bucket.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And there's the drive. Pass to Minot. Shoots the three. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Grimes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Minot pulls it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Down low, here's Walsh. Crafty move, and the layup is good. Walsh has got 4 points in the quarter. The 76ers have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. A nice shot by McCain.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Pass to Grimes. Back to Maxey. Oubre outside. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The 76ers again can't hit it. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Fires of the pass to Tillman. Yes, that goes in.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jaylen Brown.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
And the shot goes down.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
A solid facilitator. I like whenever Maxey looks to get his guys involved.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The three-pointer is right on target.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. That three off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Clock at 6. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Here's Tillman. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jaylen. A long season. What do you guys need to do to keep it rolling?
Just keep finding consistent rhythm with each other. You know, keep playing the game the right way, executing the game plan, and just do your job. We'll be fine.
You all did the job tonight, man. Congrats again on the win. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David.